Morning, everyone. Buenos días, Roberto, otra vez. Good morning, everyone. Wow. Everyone's up early on a Sunday morning. Good morning, Sasha. Good morning, Ching Ching. Happy Easter, June. Yes, indeed. Happy Easter. Mariana, Hodge, and Nicholas. Good morning. Ciao an, everyone. Buenos días, Elena. Bonjour, Lucille. Ça va? It is Easter, yes, indeed. Well, nice to see so many people signing in. Good morning, Sharon. Wow. So as people are signing in, hopefully everyone is doing well. Still keeping your distance from each other. Hibun. Wow, good morning. Namaste, indeed. Let's see. Wow. Good morning, Lynn. Sunny Day Down. I like that name. That's cool. Gladys, good morning. Sim. Let's see. Oh, Jeannie, you're up early as well. I think you're teaching later, maybe? Ming Chu. All right. Okay. Well, it looks like we have quite a few people signed in, so welcome everyone. This is a Hatha 1 session. My name is Rene, coming to you live from Singapore. Hello from Bali. Wow, thank you for signing in. Sheens. 3 heroes. Hey, that's a cool name as well. Are there 3 of you? It looks like. 3 kids perhaps. Good morning from Hong Kong. Breakfast. That's a good way to look at it. Okay, so for any of you who are new to yoga perhaps out there or don't have much experience, what we're doing here is, as I like to say, Hatha, we're stretching, of course, strengthening a bit, and then I also like to throw in some balances just to see Catherine Summers, good morning. Just to see if we can stay focused, right? So balancing is basically all about your mental focus, right? And, practicing getting used to distributing the weight in your feet and all of that. But at the end of the day, it's about your mental focus. So as much as possible, stay present. You're a noob. Aha. King zing. Probably terrible pronunciation, but welcome. Just do what you can, right? So first timers or less experienced, just do what you can. Don't push too hard. I mean, it's just yoga, right? We're just practicing. We're not doing anything perfect here. My first teacher always said it's a yoga practice. It's not yoga perfect, right? So just do what you can. Feel the edge. If you're familiar with Singlish, you know the kiasu and kiasi words, which is taken from Hokkien, the dialect. And kiasu is a person who is afraid to lose. So they push and push and push and go first and try harder and try harder, try harder. The kiasi person is afraid to die and does as little as possible, right? And is afraid to do anything, right? So find that balance. It's like a spectrum, right? Kiasi, kiasu, right? And when I was in Shanghai last year, I learned it in Mandarin, but I forgot, of course. Pasu, something like that. Anyways, so yes, see, you got it already. So having said that, we'll just get started. So bring yourself to a comfortable sitting position, whatever that is for you. I will sit cross-legged on a block. If you don't have a block, it's nice to have something, maybe a water bottle, Last week I was talking about, use a stack of dictionaries or that old encyclopedia you have lying around. Yes, yin and yang as well. True, right? It's the two edges. So 9 immortals. Wow, that's also an interesting name. Okay, so let's come to your comfortable seat. So I'm sitting on my little yoga block. If you're sitting on a block or a book or whatever it is, have your sitting bones a bit forward on the block, so it helps your pelvis to tilt slightly forward, right? And what that does, it just lifts the lower back, lengthens your spine a bit. Let's see. So as you make yourself, oops. So just trying to mirror this on the TV next to me, and it's not working, so I'm gonna turn the TV off. As you settle into your comfortable seat, whatever seat that is, close your eyes. Notice if you have a tendency to lean forward. A lot of us do that. So instead, lean slightly back. Feel your sitting bones grounding down. Feel your spine lengthening up. And just bring your awareness inwards. Maybe feel the breath in your nose, or feel the breath in the back of your throat, having a slight tension in the back of the throat. Make little adjustments if you need, little movements just to feel where the body is this morning. Maybe there's some tightness, maybe you slept in a weird position. Take 2 more deep breaths. Lengthen the spine. Now we'll start with a breathing technique. Well, it's actually a cleansing technique. It's called Kapalabhati, and it's energizing. It's also called shining skull, right? So it's to wake you up a bit. So again, another word I really like, I believe it's from Mandarin, and my pronunciation is terrible. So it means one big one, Italy. Sounds like Italy, Italy, right? So E is one, right? So let your belly hang out. Let it just be a bit big, like you had too many pizzas, right? And then what we're going to do is pull it in really sharply, so it looks like you have a 6-pack. And then you relax again to one big one, and then a 6-pack and one big one, right? So I'll show you. Right? So you feel the air moving out through the nose, and the belly moves forcefully, right? Make it a steady pace. Does not have to be super fast, doesn't have to be super strong. Just make it a steady pace, right? So I'll start with you, and then you continue at the pace that's comfortable for you until I tell you to stop. All right? So as we start together, take a deep breath in. Exhale completely. Take a comfortable breath. And then continue at that comfortable pace. Whatever works well for you, keeping it steady as you can. Keep going. Just do 10 more. And once you're done, just coming back to your normal breath, comfortable breath. Good morning, Jasmine. Hey, Brad. Roommate. Again from Georgia, USA. That's really cool. So, now, the next part, if you want to keep your eyes closed for this, go ahead. That's fine, whatever's comfortable for you. Bring your arms up overhead. Lace the fingers up. Press the palms to the ceiling. And just let the body press upwards. Lengthening the spine, maybe feeling the side body extending a bit. If it's comfortable, tilt your head back slightly. Maybe look up towards your hands, just so long as you're not creating any tension or compression in the neck. I hope you can't hear that. Someone in a neighboring apartment is sawing some wood, it sounds like. Hand saw. That's kind of weird. On a Sunday morning, what is he building? Let's take one more deep breath, press up nice and tall. And then drop your right hand down, left arm reaching across. If it helps for you, turn your head to the left or the right, or maybe just look straight forward. Maybe you enjoy the view of seeing me do yoga. Try to take the upper shoulder a little bit back so you get that twist. Open up the side. Take one more breath, reach across. And then come back up again. Reach up high and drop the other hand down. As you stretch the right arm over, lift the shoulder up and back a little bit. Again, turn your head to whatever is comfortable. And if you want, you can visualize the breath going into the right side of the ribs, filling the right lung, opening the right side. Take one more breath, reaching, stretching. And then come back up, reach the arms all the way up to the sky, and then do a twist. So, left hand to right knee, right hand behind, look over your shoulder. So in yoga, we say that twists are obviously good for the spine, but they're also very good for your immune system, right? So it strengthens and supports the immune system. So in these days and times, take one more breath, find the legs, twist a bit more. And then come back up, lengthen, reach up to the ceiling, and let's go to the left side. Look over the shoulder, twist. There's no need really to be very forceful in this part, as strong as it feels right for you. Take one more breath, lengthen, twist. And then back to the center, reach up. And then remove whatever you're sitting on, if you're sitting on anything. Maybe have a quick sip of water. It's always good to have a sip of water if you have it. And then we'll come up to all fours, so tabletop we call it. And from all fours, we're going into tiger, right? So keep your hands shoulder width apart. Turn the hands a little bit out, so you feel, you see that the wrinkles in your wrists are parallel to the front of the mat, right? And then empty the lungs, and as you inhale, extend the right leg back, look forward, look up. Bring your knee to your nose, exhale, round and squeeze. Inhale, extend. Exhale, rounding and squeeze. Inhale, chest forward a bit. Exhale, push the back up. 2 more times. Now this time, stay here. Now, left arm forward. Can you reach back and hold your ankle? Now, Can you see my hand is like this, thumb down? Can you turn it thumb up? Hold the outside of your ankle and kick up. Feel the left shoulder opening back, the backward bend. You might feel a bit awkward. And then back to tabletop. Reset your hands and inhale, left leg back, look forward, reach up. Exhale. Inhale, look forward, leg up. Exhale. 3 more times. One more, and then we hold here. Again, if you can, thumb pointing up, hold the outer edge of your ankle, kick up. Feel the shoulder stretching back. Probably looks a bit uneven, right? Because we're twisting slightly in the shoulders. That's all right. Jasmine, is Glenn there as well? Hopefully. Share your one yoga mat. Take one more breath. And then release. Good. Now, keeping this shoulder above the wrist lined up, the wrinkle in the wrist lined up with the front of the mat. Lift your knees, come to high push-up. If you're a little bit too relaxed, this happens, right? So push that. And then come to downward dog. So heels press down, lift your hips. If your heels are in the air, that's okay. Just keep pushing the heels down. Over time, the heels might reach the floor. If your heels are on the floor, try lifting your toes. Feel the strength in your legs pulling upwards towards the hips. If you can, turn the knees slightly towards each other. Feel your sitting bones, your tailbone push up higher. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed, pulling a little bit to the side. And then inhale forward into plank. Back to downward dog. Inhale to plank. And downward dog. Now, lift the heels, bend your knees, press your stomach to the thighs, relax your shoulders down. Feel the shoulder stretching a bit. Feel the lower back lengthening it up a bit. Are you sweating the way I am? It's quite hot in Singapore this morning, almost 30 degrees I saw. Nearly 90 Fahrenheit, I guess. Straighten the legs, press your heels down. Now inhale to plank. From here, bring your knees straight down. Now, important thing here is elbows into the ribs as you bring your chest to the floor. All right. Ashtangasana. Point your toes, baby cobra. So we just lift the upper body, squeeze the legs together, pull the shoulders back. It's tempting to push up, but what I want you to do is to wake up the muscles in your back. Squeeze the butt, squeeze the legs. Maybe lift your hands if you want. Touch your head, touch your nose. Take one more breath, lift a bit more, just with your back strength. And tuck your toes, look down, push to plank, and downward dog. One more time, come forward, knees straight to the floor, chest forward. This time, point your toes, high cobra. So we relax the legs, maybe separate the legs a little bit, and then look up if you like. And then let's come down, tuck your toes, look down, strengthen, push up, and downward dog. Now look forward, lift the heels, step to the front. So come to a halfway lift, right? We're trying to find length in the spine. And then fold down. Place your hands on the shins, ankles, feet, wherever you can. Lengthen again. Shoulders back. Keep the thighs nice and strong, knees a little bit rotating in so you get that feeling of your tailbone pushing back. It might feel like your sitting bones are opening up a little bit. Take one more deep breath. And then bend the knees a bit, wrap your arms around, hold the elbows, relax your head. As much as you can, straighten your legs. And just feel the stretch. This is a very good forward fold, especially if you have lower back issues, because with your belly on the thighs, the tension moves away from the back and stays in the legs. And then we slowly release, bend the knees if it's comfortable, and come up to standing. And then we're a little bit more awake, hopefully. If you're like me in a hot country, wipe some sweat. The fan is right here, but I've been told it creates a lot of noise, so not using that today. Let's see, I'll turn this way, and we'll do sun salutation. So, reach the arms up, take a gentle back bend, squeeze the butt and legs, and then fold forward. Come to a halfway lift, and fold out. Right leg back, drop your knee down. Point the toes if you like, or keep the toes tucked under, that's a personal preference. Hands on the knee for a moment, sink low. Stay like that, or take the arms up. Maybe palms together. Maybe you want to hook the thumbs and lift up and back. Just let the hips sink, let the spine lift. You can look straight forward, you can look up, whatever is comfortable. Take one more breath. And then bring your hands to the mat. Downward facing dog. Plank pose, knees, chest, chin. Cobra, low cobra or high cobra, whichever you want, strength or stretch. And then come down, press up, downward dog. Right foot forward, left knee down. Again, tuck the toes if you want, or point them forward, back. Hand to the leg. If you prefer, hands up. Maybe hook the other thumb on top. Take one more breath. And then hands on the mat. Step forward. Inhale, reach up. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Fold down. Left leg back. Knee down. Reach up. Hand to the mat. Downward dog. Plank. Knees. Chest, chin. Cobra. Downward dog. Left foot forward, knee down, reach up. One more breath. And then hands down, step forward, reach up high, and palms together. Maybe you notice sometimes I do this, and sometimes I do this. Do it for yourself right now. Let's all do sideways, reach up, feel the chest, feel the spine, and back down. Do it forward, feel the chest, feel the spine. All right. And just notice the difference. In one, I feel the chest opens more. That's when I do this. When I do this, I feel my spine lengthens more. So try it, figure out for yourself which you like, and what maybe just what you need today as well, right? Wow, we have a lot of people here. Excellent. Let's do another sun salutation. So, feet together again. So, sideways or forward. Inhale, reach up. Fold forward. Inhale, fold down. Right leg, reach back, reaching up, stretch back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, knees, chest, chin. Cobra. And downward dog. Right leg forward, reach up, sink the hips. Hands to the floor, step forward. Inhale to sky. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Fold down. Left leg back. Reaching up, stretch back. Downward dog. Inhale. Knees, chest, chin. Thumb up. Downward dog. Left foot forward. Reach up. Hands down. Inhale up. And palms together. We'll do one more round with some modifications. Now, the first sun salutation we did was really slow, right? We held the lunge for a long time. Second one, faster. So what that means is you can adjust the speed of your practice, right? To make it maybe more stretching. Maybe you're struggling because of whatever reason you have. Maybe you push it a bit more. Oh wow, we have over 200 people joined. Hey, thanks for coming. Right, so if you want more, let's say a cardio base, you want to burn some calories, you do these sun salutations faster, right? So you can modify that. I once was in an ashram in India, and we did 32 rounds of this, starting so slow, I nearly fell asleep. And at the end, I was panting, it was going so fast. It's very traditional Hatha, but we were building up the speed just to practice how you can modify these things, right? So when you do your own, adjust the speed as you need, right? There's nothing wrong with doing it slow, nothing wrong with doing it fast, right? Okay, one more, and we'll do some twist and a stretch in between here. So lift up and fold forward. Inhale, fold down, right leg back, knee down, reach up, and then straighten the left leg, fold forward. Now, my hips went back a little bit, so, oh, that didn't sound good. Slide your foot forward and fold up. If you're more flexible, go into a full split if you prefer. Just adjusting. One option is just to do like this, lift your chest forward, looking forward. Another one is just try to put your chin on the shin. It's up to you. Back foot pointed or tucked under. And then we just hold it here for a few more breaths. Try to keep the quads engaged as well, right? Supporting the knee. Engaging the quads also tells the hamstrings to relax more so that they can stretch more easily, right? And then lift up, bend your knee, slide the foot back if you need. One breath, reach up. And then hands down, downward dog. Inhale, knees, chest, chin. Cobra. And downward dog. Right foot forward, reach up. Straighten the leg. So point your toes up, bring the foot forward a bit. Oops, that was my foot, not to the other end. And then fold out. Remember to contract the quadriceps, right? The big muscles on the front of your thigh. Pull the right hip a little bit back so it feels like the right sitting bone goes back and down a little bit. One more breath here. And And then bring the foot back a little bit, bend the knee, reach up, and hands down, step forward. Reach up to the sky. One more time. Lift halfway, fold down, left leg back, reach up. So now bring the palms together. We're doing a twist, so elbow outside the leg, palms together, lift up and turn. If you want, lift the back knee. If you want to open an arm or both arms, do that. And then drop the back knee down, face the front. Let's do one breath up. And hands down, downward dog. Inhale forward, knees, chest, chin. Cobra. And downward dog. Left leg forward, reach up, palms together. So elbow outside the leg, lift the chest, find your twist. If you want, back knee up, maybe one arm up, maybe the other hand down. See for yourself. Back knee down, face the front, one breath, and hands to the floor, step forward. Inhale back up, and hands together. Just relax your arms, close your eyes for a moment, and just feel the breath. Feel the movement in your body. Then open your eyes. Now, from here, so standing towards the front of your mat, bring your hands on the hips. Take your left leg back. Lift just the toes of your right foot so you feel the strength pulling up, right? Feel the quads engaged. Hips square, arms up, a little bit back bend, and then fold forward. So again, stretching the hamstrings. The hips will tend to twist, so try to pull the hip forward and down. And like we did last week, for those who prefer, turn the hands around, walking the hands back a bit. Those who are struggling, hands on blocks, bottles, dictionaries, whatever it is you have at hand. Pets and children probably not very useful to balance on, right? Because they would like to move, and then you probably don't want to hurt them. So now, bend the front knee a little bit, shorten the step slightly, straighten the knee, lift the toes for a moment, so you feel that engagement. Either keep the toes lifted or relax them. Place your left hand on the leg and start lifting the right arm up. So revolving triangle pose. Nice and long spine. Notice the hips. Are you able to keep the hips more or less level? So right hip pushing back, left hip moving forward. One more breath here. Then slowly hands down. Hands to the hips, come up. And let's just, for the fun of it, lift the toes and turn. Lengthen the step that little bit that you shortened it. Pull the hips. Try to get them into alignment. Reach up, little bit back bend. And then fold forward. The hips again, left hip back slightly, right hip forward. Toes up if you want, hands towards the back if you like. It's almost like doing hot yoga here today. Well, every day in Singapore. For those who are not familiar with Singapore, if anyone's joining from overseas, our usual temperature is 32 degrees, which I guess is around 90 Fahrenheit. And then lift up a bit, shorten the step slightly. So, toes up if you want, right hand on the leg, keep the thigh engaged, lift your left arm up, rotate it. If you can turn your head and look up and not fall over, do that. Oops. One more breath, feel that leg, left hip back slightly, and then slowly coming up. You can swing your arms like this, looks kind of gracious if you do it nicely, hands down. When we were doing this, I was just thinking of this American, I think he had been a paratrooper or something, the airborne, and he was damaged in the war, or he had a bad landing or something, and some of you have probably seen the video where he tried this triangle pose and fell over and fell over and fell over and fell over. And after a year or something, he was doing it really beautifully. He looked comfortable, looks great. So if you're struggling in the pose, don't worry about it, right? Just do your best. So, let's do a sumo squat, right? I think some people call this goddess squat. So, hips down, hands to the knees. And just settle. Maybe move a little bit. Now, arms up. Ooh, almost framing the lamp behind me there. There we go. Now, right elbow under left. Bend the elbows, cross the wrists, eagle arms. Pull down. Or lift up. Maybe lean forward. Sink the hips a bit lower. Maybe feeling the burn somewhere in your thighs. For some reason it feels quite comfortable for me today, I don't know why. Then we come back up, straighten the legs, swing the arms up. Bend the knees, hands to the knees for a moment. Settle back into it. Arms up. So left arm under, right, bend the arms, palms together, pull down or lift up. Lean forward if you want. Okay, now I'm also starting to feel the burn. Up and hands down. Good. Take a moment if you need, wipe the sweat. Okay, we're going to take it one more twist and then we'll take this up into a balance. So, with your hands on your hips, come about halfway forward. Take your left hand down. Lift the chest. If it helps, put your hand on a block, a bottle, the dictionary. Take the other arm up, twist. Allow the hips to twist a little bit, to move, to shift to the side. Can you guys hear that sawing upstairs? Take one more breath, reaching, stretching. And then we switch sides, so right hand down, reach up, let the hips move over towards the side. Feel the spine nice and long. Feel the inner thigh of your right leg stretching. And then bring your hands down. Hands on the hips, come back up again. And step the feet together. Hopefully you guys are still doing well. All right, we're still here. Still lots of you here, that's good. Stick with it. Next part, very simple. We'll see. Just airplane pose. So hands on the hips, right? Make your right leg nice and strong. Lift the right toes, plant your foot into the ground. Feel the corners of your foot settling down. Relax the right toes, take the left leg back. And then we just start to go forward and forward. Left hip down a bit. Maybe the right side, the butt cheek starts to burn. That's okay. Sometimes you might get a cramp there. Arms to the side. If you want, arms forward into warrior three. But just keep the left hip down. Belly in, of course. Neck long. Try not to droop the shoulders down. Lift the shoulders and chest. Whoops, lost my balance. Take one more breath here. And then come back. Easy, right? Simple maybe, but not easy. Hands on the hips. So lift the left toes. Bend the knee if it helps. Start pushing the foot into the floor. Lift the spine. Right leg back. Slowly going forward. Remember the shoulders, keep them lifting back. Elbows back a bit. Once you're at your maximum, arms back if you want. Arms forward if you want. Trying to keep that right hip down. Maybe feeling it right here, right in the butt. Left side. Whoops. Lift your chest forward. Try to keep your neck long. And then back up again. And if you like, stretch it out. Good. Okay, so now we're going to do that with a twist, right? So it's called Revolving Halfmoon. I think last week we did a half moon. I know we're doing a more complicated version. So bend the knees. Think of your right leg, left hand down. So the left hand is forward, the foot to the left a little bit. Lift your left leg, push back, lift the chest forward, take your right arm up. If you're more comfortable, turn your head, look at the ceiling. I'm multitasking, and guys are terrible at multitasking apparently, so I'm just going to look down. If you can, on the fingertips, maybe hand up. Keep the spine long, both legs strong. Oops. And then hands down and back up to standing. Whew. Okay, so bend the knees. Right hand about a foot forward, a little bit out to the right. Right leg back. Left arm up. Maybe on the fingertips. Maybe hand up. One side is usually easier than the other. One more breath here. And then back to standing. And reach up. And back down. Good. All right. Hopefully you managed to find your balance somewhat. Now last week, Serene, who was watching, said, I thought we were going to do push-ups and we didn't. So, special request. Feet together at the front. Reach up. Fold forward. Halfway lift. The vinyasa people jump into plank. Everybody else, step back. Now, I'm going to drop the knees and hips down until I'm in like a half plank. Still shoulders above the wrists. But bend the elbows, bring the chest forward a bit, and push back up. Very simple, right? Bend the arms. Push back up. If it's too easy, knees up. Bend the arms and push up. Notice that my elbows stay above the wrist, right? I don't do this, I do this. Right? So knees down if you need. And 3 more. Push up again. 2 more. Push up again. 1, hold, push up, and let's take a child's pose. So, rest your upper body on the thighs, or open the knees, and arms at your side. I'm sure you can hear that banging upstairs. Sorry about that. Probably a DIY construction project. What you can't hear, unfortunately, because it's the wrong time of day, are the cockatoos that usually are in the trees outside. Really loud, crazy loud birds. Okay, from here, lie down on your stomach. So, a little bit of back strengthening. Bring the legs together. Look down at the mat, hands to the back of the head. Lift your elbows, squeeze the legs, inhale, head up, shoulders up, and back down. Inhale, lift up, and down. Inhale, and down. Inhale, and down. Inhale, and down. Inhale, and down. Is anyone counting? Inhale, and down. One more time. Inhale, and down. Turn your head to either side and just relax for a moment. Continuing with the locust variation, arms back, squeeze the palms, pull the shoulders back, squeeze your legs, squeeze your butt, inhale, lift up, stay there, lift your legs, look forward if you can, look down if your neck is uncomfortable, breathe through the nose. Take one more breath. And turn your head the other way, relax. Let's take bow pose. So bend your legs with your hands, hold the outside. Right? Bring the knees together. Let the shoulders go back. Look forward and start kicking. If you can, thighs off the floor. Knees continually hugging in. So knees are about a foot apart, maybe hip width apart. Look up. Balance on the belly. Take one more breath. And then come back down. Hands on the shoulders and child's pose. And then let's sit up. So hopefully you enjoyed the push-ups and the back strengthening. A lot of people suffer from lower back weakness, right? So doing that arms back and just lifting up a few times can really bring a lot of awareness there and some strength into the lower back, right? Flexibility is important, but you need to support the body with strength as well. So let's continue. Next, Upavista Konasana. It's called in Sanskrit, wide leg stretch. So, a block, a book, a water bottle, maybe not so comfortable to sit on, but something flat like this if you need. It lifts the hips and helps the pelvis tilt a bit. All right? Make little adjustments. Now, knees press down, toes point up so legs are active. Walk your hands forward. There's usually one person in class who's all the way down on the floor. It looks like they're taking a nap, while the rest of us are just kind of jealous. So if you're not all the way down to the floor, maybe not as far as I go, I still don't go down to the floor, you know, just enjoy the stretch. Keep the thighs engaged, push the knees down. Try to get the feeling of your sacrum, right? The back of your pelvis, the lowest part of your spine. Feel that tilting forward a bit. Wow, you must be hearing that banging now. A big project up there. My friend was teaching a class on Instagram yesterday. I watched a little bit and suddenly the doorbell rang. That was really fun. Okay, let's come back up again. Now, keeping the legs the way they are, hold, 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 whatever you can, and just press the elbow down onto the leg or inside, and we'll do this. Just bring the arm up, turning the body upwards, reach across. So I think last week we did this with one leg, now we're just doing it with both legs out. Those who are more flexible, reach all the way down. And turn the body, whatever you can do. Remember finding the balance between your gyasu and your gyasi. Afraid to lose, afraid to die. Take one more breath here, and then come back up again. And we just switch sides. So, holding whatever part of your leg you can, maybe elbow to the leg, reach up, reach across. Maybe hold the toes if you can. Don't be too excited about that. Just think of the side stretch. Feel it in the groin, the inner thighs. And one more breath. And coming back up again. Good. Hold the back of your knees, lean back a little bit. Bring the legs in. Now, next we'll take hero. Hero is about inward rotation of the thigh bones. Right? So from the front, we're trying to do this. Sit on the mat between your feet. Block level 1, level 2, level 3, whatever you can. Right? From the side, so keep the toes pointing back. Right? If you're struggling, stay here, be happy, maybe lean forward. But if you can't, hands back, elbows to the mat. Stay there, or lift the chest, drop your head back. Try to bring your head to the floor. If you can, shoulders down, arms overhead, hold the elbows. Eventually, knees closer together. If you squeeze the knees closer together, you'll also get more compression in your lower back, right? If you have very tight hip flexors, your lower back will feel this. The psoas muscle will go from your femur bone into the lower spine, the lumbar spine, and pull it forward a bit. And then hands on the feet, press them. Lift yourself up. Now from here, maybe you want to take a downward dog. Maybe you just want to come into tabletop and wiggle it out a little bit. Shake it, shake it, shake it, whatever feels nice. And then lie down on your back. So we'll finish off with a twist. So, as you lie down, bend the knees, move your hips to the left a little bit, bring your knees up, drop the knees up. If you prefer to cross the legs first, go ahead and do that. Left arm out at shoulder level, turn your head to the left. And then close the eyes if you want, settle down. And then back to the center. So lift the hips over to the right a bit, knees up, cross the legs if you prefer, drop your knees, right arm at shoulder level, turn your head to the right. Close the eyes if you like. And then back to the center, hips to the middle, happy baby. So the knees out on the side, arms inside, hold the outside of your feet. Some people prefer to hold the inside, whatever is comfortable. Arms pull, knees down, legs resist a bit, press your hips a bit away. If you want, rock and roll a bit. Stay in the pose. Let's see, what's our timing like? Oh, we still have a couple more minutes. Oh, Ronnie, you're here. Good morning. Troy, calling out for Troy, or are you saying you're Troy? Aha. Joyce Piccolina. So, when you feel ready, release the happy baby and just stretch your legs out, stretch your arms out. Make yourself comfortable. Oh, here we go, 2-minute mark. So, thanks for joining. We are here every day. Newfangled Change is also a good name. We're here every day, throughout the day, both at the Pure Yoga Singapore, doing the yoga classes, Pure Fitness Singapore, doing the fitness classes. So come in. Every day we're here. Have a look at our website. It's called mypureyoga.com, which also has a whole bunch of videos that you can tap into anytime you want. Thanks, everyone. So my name's Rene again. I'm not quite sure when my next online class is, but working on that. And do leave your comments. Do come back often to practice. And then have a wonderful day. Stay in Shavasana for as long as you want. Really enjoy it. Maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe half an hour. Maybe take a nap. It's Sunday after all. It's Easter Sunday. Happy Easter in these truly interesting times we live in. So, have a great day. Namaste.